Hey guys, Shay Brickhouse, Landscaping Unlimited, and I want to talk to you about hurricanes and how they impact Eastern North Carolina on the landscape side of things. Um, it kind of goes for like a large amount of the regions here and in other states as well. But my expertise is in Eastern North Carolina, so that's kind of where we'll stick it. Um, there's a lot of information that can go into this topic, so we're going to kind of give you the cliff notes, if you will. We won't go into a ton of detail on the storms, and we'll go into how it impacts your landscape. Right now, we've got Hurricane Aaron. It's north of the Bahamas. It's working its way north towards us. It's going to stay off the coast, fortunately, so that's a good thing. But it's a good reminder that we have hurricanes that will probably come after this, and we may not be so lucky, and they may come directly to us and create more problems. One, what do we know about hurricanes? Rain, wind, it's guaranteed. Flooding, more than likely coming to us in our coastal area if we get a hurricane that comes really close to us. So what does that have to do with your landscape? It has everything to do with your landscape because it's a lot of rain. So grass loves rain, doesn't love too much. If it gets a whole lot of rain on your lawn, then you can have issues with weeds, fungal issues such as large patch, and issues you may have already had that now are amplified because of the amount of rain. So what do we do to prevent that? There's not a whole lot you can do to prevent a fungus issue in your lawn if you've already got it. The rain is going to amplify that and you're going to see it more. So it's really a what are you going to do after this happens and you see it than it is a before. The one thing I would say that you do before the hurricane to prepare would be that if you have your grass and it's really pretty and you've got a nice healthy grass, is close to the time frame of the storm hitting with that outer band of rain is when you want to get out there and go ahead and get your yard mowed, get it cleaned up, get all your dead grass kind of off of it so that air can circulate to those roots in that thatch area and eliminate the amount of thatch you have. That's really the one thing you can do before the hurricane hits. The rest of it will be after the hurricane hits and after you see what damage it has caused and getting you back on track. A lot of that will be contacting someone who is licensed pesticide applicator or doing it yourself and having these fungicides put out to help control the fungus that's in the soil that you now are seeing because of the amount of rain that you've had and just the conditions being perfect for it to live. Then in the springtime, you're going to be seeing a lot more weeds if you're in an area where that floods. So here in the coastal part of North Carolina, particularly Beaufort County, we have a lot of area up and down the water, and so we flood a lot, or our lawns flood a lot. And so with that flooding, it brings in a lot of weeds that we didn't already have. If you're a person who has had your lawn sprayed and your yard is basically weed free, well, now you've got flooding waters coming in that are bringing in all these weed seeds from all over. And so if you had no weeds, now you're going to end up with poana. If you've never had poana, you're going to see a lot of that in the springtime. Your crabgrass and goosegrass, when the springtime comes, you're going to see that you didn't see before. Chickweeds and clover, these are all things that you're going to see come in your lawn that you probably never had before. And it all is from the flooding waters. And so what do you do to control that? Well, you get out there after these storms pass, you get really proactive on the pre-emergence and put those out after these storms pass so that hopefully you can eliminate these seeds from germinating and so you don't have them in the spring. Fast forward to the springtime, you want to go ahead and have someone on schedule. Hey, I'm pretty sure I'm going to have these weeds that are going to germinate. Can I get you guys to come out here and let's get some post-emergent sprayed on these weeds that are already germinated so that we can get our lawn back to the healthy lawn that we had and keep it weed free again until the next hurricane hits that year. It's the nature of it. It's Mother Nature. You can't control it. We can work with it though and do things to help give us the lawn that we desire. But after all, it is Mother Nature. it is what it is. So hurricanes bring rain, they bring a lot of wind. So the rain is going to bring the fungus, the flooding, whether it be wind-driven floods or storm surges. They're going to bring a bunch of weeds, and then we have the wind, which is going to break a lot of branches out of our trees, particularly trees like Bradford pears that have really weak crotches where the limbs are. Hopefully nobody's still planting Bradford pears, but if you are, I hope you choose a different tree to plant in the future. And if you have Bradford pears, you're gonna have these trees probably start breaking. So before a storm, you wanna thin them out to let as much wind pass through the trees as possible. Because if you don't thin the tree before the storm, then it's gonna catch all that wind, and the trees are gonna start want to break at these weak what is called crotch in the where the branches meet the trunk. And so by thinning them out, you're letting the wind pass through. It's not catching all that wind, and it's less stress on the tree. If you've got dead trees that are in your area and the wind's coming, you want to get those down before the storm. A lot of the stuff you can't get down days before the storm. So, hurricane season's upon us. You need to go ahead and reach out if you've got these dead trees and try to get someone to come get these taken down before the storm's hit or before a storm is named, because if they've been dead for 2 years, they're going to die. They're going to fall, and more certainly they're going to fall during a heavy windstorm. So if we can go ahead and get those out, then that's less you have to worry about. So we've covered rain, we've covered the wind, and we've covered the flooding, and we've covered kind of what you can do to prepare for that. And most importantly, it's what you're going to do after the storms leave that really will set you up for a good long next spring and summer. So that's all about hurricanes in eastern North Carolina, and I hope this helps you out. If not, drop some comments. We'll be happy to answer them, and we'll keep it on.